Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you're coming back for a bit more, and if you're new, welcome. There's a whole bunch of new people joined recently, and I'm very grateful to every single person that subscribes to this channel, so each one of you is deeply appreciated. This week we are going to be doing a little bit of a distance collab, and I'm going to be joined with my friend Teresa Mulhern, who you may know from a makeup channel by the same name. And we were chatting the other day about our joint interests, which obviously include makeup, and we discovered that we're both massive Buffy the Vampire Slayer fans. So we were talking about what should we do for a collab, and we decided that we would do a Buffy Makeup Challenge. So we're both going to do a video making a makeup look from the show and see how that turns out. Now, I've got no idea what Teresa's going to do, but we're putting these videos up at the same time together. We're going to call them the same thing, and they're both on the same lines, and we have collabed about that. So even though we can't meet in person these days, as we are living in interesting times, this is our collab. I am going to be doing, well, it's not an easy look, but my favourite characters from Buffy are obviously Buffy, Angel, all the big names, and they're too difficult. I mean, how can I make myself look like Buffy? I can't. So I've chosen a character who is everyone's favourite in a way, and she starts off from being a very shy, timid, computer nerd, I suppose, and she ends up nearly bringing about the apocalypse. So I'm going to, tonight Matthew, I'm going to be, for our older viewers, I'm going to turn myself into Dark Willow. So I've put a bit of a base on, and I've also put some eyebrows on, which is very weird because I haven't had eyebrows for almost about 4 years now, so that was quite weird and difficult. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of sort of eyeshadow to try and not look like I'm wearing eyeshadow, obviously, but just to sort of contour my eyes, and talk a little bit about the character of Willow Rosenberg. So, as I said before, Willow was at the very start of the 7 seasons of Buffy a very quiet, mousy, geeky, nerdy girl, and she went from that, and her character arc was, well, it was incredible, really. The way she's written is delicate and sensitive, and her development is, well, it's something to behold. So, as I say, she starts off at the very beginning. She's being bullied by Cordelia and her gang, and Buffy steps in and saves her, and Willow goes on to be her best friend and stalwart member of what became known as the Scooby Gang, because she could look things up. This is in the days before Google, when not everyone had computers, so she would spend her time looking things up in books, which is what we all used to do at one stage. She would help Giles with research, and she had always been in love with Xander, right from when they were little children and they went to kindergarten together. She had been in love with him, and as the story goes on, she one day catches him kissing Cordelia and is heartbroken, absolutely heartbroken. And she then starts dating Oz, who is a werewolf and obviously a member of a rock band, and that is all going fine until he then starts seeing another werewolf, a girl werewolf called Veruca or something like that. Anyway, and at this stage in the story, she has come on quite a lot academically, and she starts taking some of the classes that were left when Giles's girlfriend Jenny was murdered by Angelus. So going through Jenny's desk one day, she finds some books on magic, and she starts to realise that being academic and having an interest in things doesn't necessarily stop you having power in the world of magic. So she starts having a look at magic, and it's all great, and she joins a coven, and she realises that she can actually be quite a powerful woman. So she discovers the actual magic which had ensouled Angelus at the very start of the story. She, at this point in the story, she meets her vampire self from an alternative universe, and in that universe her vampire self is slightly gay, and Willow is a bit confused by this because she doesn't see herself that way. But anyway, they all graduate from high school and go off to college, and Willow turns down Harvard and Yale and all these places to go to Sunnydale College, and when she's there she joins a Wicca group, and in this Wicca group she meets Tara, and Tara is the only other real witch in the group, and they hit it off, and they realise that they're actually falling in love with each other. And at the time that this was on television, this was quite a radical thing, especially in a programme which was sort of aimed at teenagers. I mean, obviously there had been other shows that had got gay characters in them, but this was very unusual, let's just say, for the type of show it was. Anyway, in case you're wondering, I'm using my, I'm sure you weren't, I'm using my Makeup Revolution Shade and Light dupe to do this, because clearly I haven't got any brown eyeshadows. Yes, so, where was I? Yes. So in the story, as you know, Buffy dies, and Willow takes over leading the gang, as it were, and then decides that she wants to bring Buffy back because she's convinced that Buffy must be somewhere bad, that being dead is not a good thing, and that, yeah, she's somewhere bad and she needs to bring her back. This turns out not to really be the case, and Buffy is quite unhappy to be brought back because she thinks she was in heaven, and so she didn't really want to be brought back from that. which, to be fair, who would? Yeah, as the magics to bring someone back from the dead are, as you would imagine, quite strong and powerful, Willow starts getting addicted to magic. She cannot get enough of it, and she becomes so addicted that Tara breaks up with her, and she starts to spiral out of control. And at this point she's so far away from the character she was at the start, it's just unreal. They eventually do get back together, but Tara is killed, not by magic, not by a monster, just by a person with a gun. And there's nothing you can do to bring her back. She's gone, and that is the end for Willow. She can't bear the pain and the heartache, and she goes to the magic shop and she absorbs all the dark magics from all the books there, and she turns into Dark Willow. And this is where I'm going to have to tell you that I haven't actually tried this before, so let's see how we go, shall we? I'm using some Helen E pigment here, which I've darkened up with some black pigment just to give it a dark purple look. And when I was researching the looks for this, I did watch a little bit of the story where after Willow has turned into Dark Willow and she threatens to basically bring about the apocalypse and destroy the world, Xander, her friend forever, saves her. I did get something in my eye. How does he save her? Well, he loves her. He tells her he loves her, and that's what happens. She stops being Dark Willow, and she's taken by Giles to England to stay with his aunts, and she is cured. I think this is not bad, you know. I might not have the exact veins exactly right from the picture, but I think you get the general gist. And Xander says to her, I loved Yellow Crayon Willow and I love Veiny Willow. He just loves her. Right, so I'm going to stop there on that part. Lips, difficult. This is what is this? Urban Decay in Mirana. It's like the nearest I've got to a sort of dark nude. And whoops. I'm not doing very well with this bit. I don't know about that. I've got, what else have I got? I've got this other one, but that's more, they're not quite brown enough. Do you know what I mean? They're just sort of a little bit too purple, which is basically my entire makeup collection. Oh, here we go. This is a lovely, I think this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills, you know. In something rose. I think it is. Smells wonderful. It is a gloss, but it gives you more of the colour that I need to have. Right, so I'm just going to go in like this, make it a bit deeper in here. And I'll be right back with the final look. So don't go anywhere. And here is the finished dark willow look. What do you think? Not bad for a first attempt, I think. So I'm really pleased the way it's turned out. Eyebrows notwithstanding, and I think the hair makes it really. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to go over to Teresa's channel and see what she's doing with this Buffy Makeup Challenge. I'm sure it will be really interesting and exciting. She does a lot of makeup looks on her channel. She's a very interesting person and she's got all sorts of stories to tell. So highly recommend you go over there and check her out. But in the meantime, thank you very much for watching, and don't forget, be good to each other, fight the good fight, and stay strange, everybody. Bye for now.